Y sí, bien hecho, María. Bien hecho, porque la cagaste super mega de que cabrón. Yes, I have studied myself in Spanish because I have to be telling this. We are actually on the episode 15, and welcome to my crazy head and my crazy life. Because actually we are on episode 15 when last time I said we were on episode 13. No, I skipped one episode. It was episode 14 last time. And before we start, I want to be discussing this because I want to dedicate a few minutes of the podcast to discuss this because you deserve an explanation on why I was being so crazy with this. So, honestly, this last week and the others and the other behind it, right now it will be 3 weeks. I was sick. There was a hurricane coming, and I was doing also the countdown for the FIBA basketball championship of 2019 in China, and Puerto Rico is playing there. So, as a sport fanatic that I am doing all these things, and I'm going to really honest. Being sick and having the magnificent idea of doing multitasking is not a great combination. So, yeah, I actually did mess up, and I didn't notice until I finished last podcast. Yeah. I didn't notice until the last minute that I said, oh my god, no, this is not episode 13, this is episode 14. And by the time I went to check it out, it was too late. Poof. Nothing can be done, so right now I am saying my condolences in this episode. So guys, again, forgive me for being so freaking dramatic. My life is a whole freaking drama, and there's a lot of people that can say it, but it's true. And now you are one of those people. So, anyways, without further ado, I am sorry for my enormous mistakes, and I am so sorry for not being able to keep up correctly with the Washington Nationals, because I'm going to be really honest. Every week I have been very faithful to doing my scripts on time, like writing all my notes that I want to say about each game and doing everything. But on the past few weeks I have been doing that halfway, and this week I didn't do nothing at all. Having my preparations for the game, having my concentration full on FIBA and full on getting another job, I honestly took it to a whole new level and did my whole podcast rundown today in the morning. You cannot believe it. I spent most of my morning watching the Puerto Rico versus Spain game at 8 a.m. And then after that, I spent my morning writing. Like drinking coffee and writing. I didn't even eat. That's how full on writing I was. Like, honestly, I am crazy. And you guys are being able to notice right now. But anyways, again, I don't know how many times I am going to say it, but I am so sorry for being a mess in my podcast. I'm going to get that fixed starting today. And if you see me that I am sharing also more basketball than baseball, that's because of the FIBA World Championship that Puerto Rico is going to pass to the second round with Spain. So sue me for being more on that side. But anyways, let's continue talking baseball, because that's what we are going to be talking here. We are not going to be talking about my freaking dramas. So let's continue talking baseball, because today we got a pretty I don't want to say short because we're going to be talking a lot about the games and how we ended up 6-1, only losing one game to Baltimore, and that game was a little bit. It wasn't our best game, but as we always say in baseball, every team has one bad game, and unfortunately, the Nationals' bad game was that one against Baltimore, but nothing cannot be done about that. So, yeah, we're going to have a pretty good time talking about those series, the Baltimore series, the Miami series, how I think the wild card game could be doing if the season ended this week, like last week, I'm sorry. And we are going to be also discussing on the lower side on Ryan Zimmerman because he did some amazing things. And going to be honest, I never doubted the guy, but at the time that he was running for the All-Star game, he wasn't fit to be an eligible player. And I pretty sure made my voice heard on that in this podcast. And I don't know if I got any haters to say, oh, he should be on your team, so you should be cheering for him. Yes, he's on a team that I like, that I love, but I have to be honest with the facts, and the facts is that he didn't play for an entire maybe 15 weeks because he was injured, and he entered recently to the game, so he couldn't be on the All-Star game. We have to be realistic on that. But Ryan Zimmerman is going to be on the spotlight on this podcast, so we are going to be discussing a little bit of him. So stay tuned for that. Right now, let's just continue to what is the games of last week. Okay, so the first game was August 27, 2019, the Baltimore versus the Nationals. It was only 4 hits for the Nationals versus 5 hits from Baltimore, and who won with 2 runs made in the first inning only. After that, it was everything zeros from both sides. Was a double from Santander to the left field. Hanser Alberto scores, and then a sac fly by Villar to the center field. Mancini scores, and the Nationals lose 2-0 the first game due to how the game is. Everyone has a bad game, so we started losing, but that, the Nationals and how they are, that is not going to stop us. So, second game, August 28, 2019, the Nationals versus the Baltimore. 13 hits from the Nationals versus 9 hits from the Baltimore. Bottom first, triple by Soto to the center field, Parra and Rendon score. Single by Cabrera to the right field, Soto scores, and home run by Suki to the left field, Cabrera scores, and that will be 5-0 the Nationals. Top third, a double by Santander to the center field, Villar scores, and that will be 5-1 the Baltimore. They knock on the door. Okay, so top 5. Solo home run by Cisco to the center field, and that will be 5-2. Baltimore keeps on knocking. Bottom 5th, double by Carrera. R con R cigarra. Now we go. Double by Cabrera to the right field, Rendon scores, and Soto to third base, and then a double by Suki to the left field, Soto and Cabrera scores, and that will be 8-2. The Nationals go more ahead on the lead. Top 6, home run by Davis to the right field, Stewart scores, and that will be 8-4. But then the Nationals win this game And the player of the game was Suki with 2 hits, 1 home run, and 4 RBIs. Scherzer only pitched for 4.1 innings and then was replaced by Suero, to who this win was credited to. And honestly, I actually liked what I saw about Scherzer. So he's right now on the process of recovering, and I think that he's doing a pretty. I think that Martinez is doing a good job into letting him pitch little by little in many innings, so he can enter in what is the heat of the game, and he can be prepared for the wild card game. We're going to be discussing that in a while. After that, we are going to be passing to the Nets game. August 30, 2019, the Nationals versus the Marlins. 9 hits from the Nationals versus 8 hits from the Marlins. Top first, a home run by Ramirez to left field, and that will be 1-0 Miami. Or how we say in Spanish, Miami. Bottom first, Rendon singles to a center field, Trey scores, and Parra to second base. And then Cabrera grounds out to second baseman Isan Diaz, Puerto Rican born, and Parra scores. That would be 2-1. The Nationals take the lead. Bottom second, Trey grounds out to third base, Robles scores, and 3-1 Nationals. Top four, Berti grounds out to second base, Brinson scores, and that will be 3-2. Miami knocks on the door. Bottom six, double by my one and only, my future husband, Juan Soto to the center field. Rendon scores, and that will be 4-2 the Nationals. Top seven, Starling Castro singles to the center field. Berti scores, and after a walk by Isan Diaz, Ramirez scores, and 4-4, the Miami ties the game. And I'm going to be honest, even though that walk hurts, I am not mad at it because it was Isan Diaz and he's Puerto Rican born, and you know that I have a soft spot for my compatriots, so Puerto Ricans can do whatever, and you guys know that firsthand if you watch the Washington Nationals game, because the Dave Martinez, he's Puerto Rican, and he has the team and the crowd accustomed to how Latinos play. If you see a Nationals game, you're going to see a lot of Latino teams, a lot of Latino culture. Just pointed that out there. Moving on, bottom seven, double by Juan Soto to a right field. Scherzer scores, and that will be 5-4, the Nationals on top again. And I'm going to be really honest, on this one, Matt Scherzer was doing pinch running, if I remember correctly. So yeah, he scored after being put as pinch runner. And on the top 9, home run by Starling Castro to the center field, Ramirez scores. And the game was tied again, 5-5. The game was 5-6. I'm sorry, I almost forgot the run by Starling. So we got now the 5-6. How the Nationals are going to react to this? Simple. On the bottom 9, Rendon singles to a left field. Kendrick and Trey scores, and game over. 7-6. The player of the game, Anthony Rendon, with 2 hits, 1 walk-off single, and 2 RBIs. And then everyone in the park was MVP.